is JC Sports Replays, where we sometimes play sports games. Just hanging out in the backyard after some morning maintenance, mowing, trimming, doing a little weed work, just cleaning up the yard a little bit. It's a beautiful morning, not too hot. It's about 65 degrees. The sun is mostly shining, although, of course, as I do this, the clouds roll in a little bit, but just hanging out. Got my Blue Claws cap on, so you know I'm thinking about baseball all the time. But this morning I'm actually just thinking about therapy, self therapy, if you will. I love doing my yard. Um, I love just mowing and putting an hour in every weekend. Start the Sunday off once I've already eaten breakfast and been up since 5:36. Spent a little time with the wife. We had a nice discussion this morning, which is always good to connect over Sunday breakfast. Discussion about self accountability, about goal setting. Um, these things kind of help keep me and her on track, I think, and help us kind of reset when we need to get back on track. So I've been struggling the early part of this year with doing anything outside of work. Um, just been working a lot and succeeding at work, which is great. Like I'm not complaining about work. I actually, though my job can be stressful at times, I enjoy my job. It's primarily uh, a leadership job, I guess, a coaching job, a helping people succeed and improve job, even though it's in a retail bank setting. I'm not a salesperson. The people I coach, I can be a salesperson, but I would consider myself a service professional second, and at this point, a coach first. Um, but it's an interesting way to be because I'm always thinking about how other people um, behave and what motivates them or what helps them stay focused on what they need to achieve in a very specific setting, right? I don't coach them on their lives. That would be inappropriate. Um, although, not that I haven't when occasion has, when it's been asked for, let's say. I don't give it wanted advice to people. It's something I used to do when I was younger, but I don't do that anymore. Um, because I know nobody who's not asking you for something is ready to accept it, right? So that's really why I think that way. I don't think that giving people advice when they haven't asked for it and aren't looking for it is a good way to. I don't know why my alarm's going off. I don't think giving people advice when they haven't specifically asked you for it. Hang on one sec. My watch alarm has been set for some reason. I must have had something to do at 10 a.m. one day. I've learned the hard way, I guess, that giving people unwanted advice is not helpful to them or helpful to your relationship with them. So I keep my coaching within the context, for the most part, of the confines of the job we're doing together. Um, and I always come at leadership. Now that I'm successful at leadership, I always come at leadership from a place of service. Um, I don't believe that but that by being their manager or their um, coach, that I'm their boss. I'm the person responsible for making sure that the job where we work gets done. But hey, Jackson Five, what's up, Bloody Prince? So I'm the person responsible for making sure the job gets done. But um, it's interesting to think about how you have to approach people differently from a leadership and a coaching standpoint because they're all motivated by different things and they're all influenced by different things and they all have different strengths and weaknesses and different places in their life. Hey, Donna Chamberlain, how you doing? Um, I usually turn comments off for these. I kind of forgot, but hey, what the hell? You love the beard. Thank you. Appreciate that. Um, so, for those of you who have no idea who I am, this is usually a sports replay channel where we talk about tabletop uh, sports games, but some of the people that follow my channel like to hear my thoughts on other things sometimes. So, I figured I'd do that today because that's the mood I'm in. So, when I approach coaching at work, what it does for me is it helps me really, really think about my own motivations and the things that drive me and also the things that derail me. Um, so I guess the whole point of this is work has been consuming a lot of my energy, and I Have not had a lot of time for the channel. I haven't even really played too many games lately, and that's okay. Like life's just like that sometimes. And this morning I'm just out here enjoying my small yard and getting it cleaned up for a nice Sunday. Um, got a birthday party to go to today, so I won't get to enjoy my yard all day, but that's all right. And when I am off track, what helps me is to kind of reset my priorities, right? So obviously, work is a necessary priority. Um, I have to work. I need to pay bills. I have financial goals and financial responsibility with my family. Um, but my number one priority is always my health, and that's something I've neglected a little bit this year. I haven't gone way off track. I haven't been eating terribly. I've probably been drinking alcohol a little bit too much, so I'm definitely cutting back on that. I think I'm actually going to go sober June. To be very honest with you. Of course, we have a birthday party with friends who drink first day, but I'm going to really try to not drink today. Um, I should just say I'm not going to drink today, right? But hey, baby steps. And then what else? So my health is always my number one priority. I need to get back to. It's tough in the winter around New Jersey, but I need to get back to walking the dogs daily, making sure I get at least 10,000 steps. I don't want to do that. That's basically my goal this week is make sure I get 10,000 every day, get my heart rate up every day, walk my dogs every day, and then next week we'll be back to strength training a little bit. Um, so we've got work, we've got my relationship with my wife, which is always at the top of my priority list. First, my health, and then that relationship, and then everything else feeds into that, right? So, been working on the relationship a lot, and it's a good relationship. But it's funny, people think when things are going good, you don't need to work. I think we always need to work on our relationships with everybody around us, but most importantly with the people who are closest to us, right? So, um, making sure that we make a conscious effort to connect, making sure that we make a conscious effort to communicate when things are good or difficult, helps everything out. So, hey, Kevin, how you doing? Thank you, brother. Trying to do that. Trying to do that right now. Been wanting to do a little vlog for you guys for a while, for myself as well. So figured I'd get back on, show my face a little bit. I am thinking about baseball. Um, we'll get to that at the end of this vlog. Um, I watched my Knicks lose last night, so that was disappointing. So sports are on my mind a little bit. I indulged and stayed up late to watch them lose. Once it got to 19, a 19-point Indiana lead, though, I bailed. Yeah, but yeah, it's a really interesting time in my life in terms of self-awareness, in terms of growth. Doing a lot of personal growth. Now I just need to get a helping of discipline to help me focus on a couple of areas that I've been neglecting. So my health, number one, get back on track with that, ramp it up a little bit, really try to get in shape this summer without hurting myself, without overdoing it. Um, what else? My relationship, we're going to continue working on that. I think that's an ongoing thing that never ends, and we do a really good job, my wife and I, of working on our relationship. My relationships with my friends are important to me, um, but we just don't have a lot of time. I am going to try to make an effort to connect at least once a month with some people, um, and make sure we do something where we can hang out and play some board games and just get together, maybe have a barbecue or something. Like we're seeing friends today, so that's nice. But I don't do that enough. I kind of get caught up in the work home, uh, work again grind sometimes. And I'm an introverted person anyway, so I don't often realize how long it's been since I've seen people. So it's something I need to be a little more aware of because there are relationships and friendships that are very important to me that I don't want to lose because of neglect. So um, what else? And then writing. Writing is my lifelong passion and my most neglected thing throughout my entire life. I've had one really good writing year, right? In 1 year, I wrote 6 novels, 3 short story collections, 53 short stories, um, a few poems. Just had a great time with it, too. Like, it wasn't, I won't say it wasn't stressful. It took a lot of my time and focus, but I was still able to live a pretty full life doing that. And I miss. Um, I haven't done it since I took a promotion at work. So we're going back to. I haven't really written since April 2022. I think I've written one short story since then. So it's something I'm trying to get back to focus on starting today with just 1,000 words a day. So I think, like, the whole point of this is hey, I'm alive, guys. I'm healthy. I'm pretty happy. I'm working hard. I haven't forgotten about the channel. I still participate in the tabletop community by watching some people when I have the free time and by interacting mostly on Facebook. I still roll a couple games a week, but it's really been slowed down as far as my playtime lately. Um, I just need a little bit of structure right now. So my structure, like I said, this week is back to exercising on a basic level, walking the dogs every morning, making sure I get 10,000 steps every day, and we'll ramp up from there. Next week I'll begin strength training again. I'm going to be writing 1,000 words a day starting today. More is great, but I'm not going to push myself for more. If I feel like it, I'll do it. But that's a number I'll also look to ramp up over time. I have a goal I don't want to talk about right now, where I think I need to be to achieve what I want to achieve in writing, which very frankly is eventually to hopefully have a full-time income from it. But that's a long-term goal, right? That's a, I'd love it to be a 5-year goal. It's probably a 10-year goal, you know, with life being what it is, with responsibilities being what they are. But so let's say 5 to 10 year goal. But right now we just you can't achieve anything until you take the first few steps. So getting back to a regular daily habit of writing and exercise, that's where I'm at right now. Um, I'm gonna try to structure. You just play a game a day. Just I want to come up with a project um, on the tabletop sports front that I can just if I play 1 to 3 games a day, it's plenty. And I'll achieve a project in a reasonable amount of time, and I'll feel like the project's moving. So I have a couple different ideas. One of them is based on Tenacious Earl. I think I spoke about this a month ago, maybe when I saw it. Tenacious Earl did a Tenacious League, basically. I forget exactly what he called it, but basically he picked 10 teams at random and played a short schedule with them. I believe it was a 54 game schedule, which is 270 games total. I think each team plays, brain not working, 9 to 70. I don't know. Each team plays each other team. What? 3 times 9 is 27. 3 home and 3 away, right? So 6 games. 6 games against every team gets you a 54 game schedule with 10 teams. It's super manageable. That's something that 2 to 3 games a day, you're going to finish that in 3 to 4 months. And that's a really nice time frame, I think. So that's kind of where I'm at in terms of what I'm trying to get to. But I'm going to put the other things first, right? The health has to come first. Continuing the relationship, the continuing my success and commitment to my career, my job, my day job, if you will, and making sure I get those 1,000 words of writing in. And then I'd still like to have time for some gaming, whether it be tabletop, whether it be video games. I still want to have a little bit of time each day. So I'm going to kind of structure my day around those. I think I just named 5 things, right? We've got health, right? Let's enumerate health, relationships, day job, writing, and right. Because I mean, writing's kind of a hobby, but I want to transition to a longer term career eventually in the long term. So let's go over it again: health, relationships, day job, which is my financial health, my financial security, right? Um, Writing, and the hobby of gaming, tabletop gaming, video gaming, whatever. So that's where my brain's at. Those are my 5 priorities. And the fifth one is not a priority. It is a, hey, there's time left in the day, and this is how I choose to spend it. Um, so that's where I'm at. I think it's important to coach yourself. I think it's important to reset. I was born on a Monday. I'm not Solomon Grundy, but um, I'm born on a Monday and I'm born on January 1st. So for me, the first of years, the first of months is always a good reset time. I try to be in the habit of doing this more often. In the winter, for some reason, I tend to let it slip away. Maybe it's holidays, maybe it's the amount of obligations you end up having. Like for us, birthday season starts in September and goes through like goes through May, really, with my wife, um, and her birthday. But there's breaks in there, but it seems to be hard to reset through the holidays and through the winter. Maybe it's just the lack of sunlight. It's so much easier to reset when you can get outside, get a little physical yard work in. It clears your head, right? So, but that's where I'm at. We've been about 15 minutes now, and I'm going to leave it there. But I am thinking about you guys. I hope everybody's having a really good time. Um, Hope everybody's enjoying healthily their hobby. And one of the things I want to talk about in the near future is having this hobby and remaining healthy, right? Because it's a sedentary hobby. It can be a isolationist hobby. So I think the next time we sit down, which will be sometime this week, we'll talk about the mental and physical health risks of this and any other hobby taking too much of your time and too much of your energy, right? So, but that's what I got. If you guys want to comment, that's cool. Um, Appreciate you hanging out and checking me out, and we will see you next time. All right. So for JC Sports Replays, my name is Joe. We're signing off. See you soon.